Welcome to You're Doing It Wrong. I'm Coach PJ, and today I'm going to take you through the Bulgarian split squat. I'm going to show you how most people perform this exercise, why that's ineffective and it's actually setting you up for injury, and then I'll show you the right way to perform this exercise. So when most people perform the Bulgarian split squat or the rear foot elevated split squat, they get in this position. One foot back on the bench or on a box behind you, other foot is out in front. And you notice Christina is already in a bad position here because this back leg being way far behind her has put her in this arched low back position. So it's got her hips dumped forward, and this is gonna make it even worse as she gets into the low position. Then she's gonna go into her squat, and notice as she drives down, she gets this extreme arch in her low back. This back leg being so far back, you could come up, is pulling on her hips, and it's dumping her hips into an anterior tilted position, which is then putting a ton of compression and putting a ton of stress onto her lower back. So what we want to do is we want to correct that hip position, get her in the right position so that she's training the right muscles, and prevent this excessive strain going on in the low back. And even as she was training this exercise, she's gonna feel it a ton on this back leg because it's got this huge stretch on her hip flexors. So her hip flexor and her quad are gonna do a ton of work because she's straining them in this position she's in. And in reality, we're trying to really isolate and focus on the front leg. So this is a bad position for the Bulgarian split squat. It pulls your hips into a bad position. You see people do this all the time in any type of split squat, and I'm gonna show you a much better and more effective way to perform this exercise. Now let's go through the right way to perform a Bulgarian split squat. Christina's got her back foot on the bench. She's in a split stance position. You'll notice her front leg is a lot closer to her body than it was when she was doing it wrong, because she's gonna get a nice balanced position so she can load this front leg and not put that extreme stretch on her back leg. From here, she already has her tailbone tucked underneath her, so she has her pelvis in a neutral position. So that's gonna keep a nice flat back and prevent her from getting to this tilted position and putting all that stress into her low back. Now she's just gonna lower down, sitting back, almost dropping that that back leg towards the ground. Her front leg, her knee is just about over the center of her foot. Her foot's nice and flat, and now she's really loaded on this leg. This leg's doing all the work. That back leg is pretty much just for balance. So she's not loading that back leg. She's got a nice flat back, and then she can drive out of that position. So she's keeping a nice neutral spine the whole time. Just give me 2 more reps. Nice neutral spine, dropping down, loading this front leg, performing the exercise the right way, which is an awesome exercise to load this single leg, and taking all that stress off of her low back. So that's the right way to perform a Bulgarian split squat or rear foot elevated split squat.